Imagine losing over $1 million every single day while selling one of the most famous toys in the world. By 2003, LEGO wasn't simply having a bad year. The company that had inspired generations of children was on the verge of collapse. Financial experts believed bankruptcy was only a matter of time. Stores were filled with products that wouldn't sell, costs were exploding, and the future of one of the world's most recognizable brands looked hopeless. Yet just a few years later, LEGO achieved one of the greatest business comebacks in modern history. How did a small Danish toy company nearly destroy itself, and how did it rebuild a billion-dollar empire, one brick at a time? This is the incredible story of LEGO. The story begins in 1932, in the small Danish town of Billund. A carpenter named Ole Kurt Christiansen had lost much of his business during the Great Depression. Construction work had almost disappeared, forcing him to search for another way to support his family. Instead of giving up, he began making wooden toys by hand. His philosophy was simple: if people had little money, the toys they bought had to be made with exceptional quality. 2 years later, he gave his company a new name, LEGO, a combination of two Danish words meaning, play well. At the time, nobody imagined that this tiny workshop would one day become one of the most valuable toy companies on Earth. In the late 1940s, LEGO made a decision that many people considered foolish. The company invested heavily in plastic injection molding machines. Plastic toys were unpopular. Most parents preferred traditional wooden toys, believing plastic looked cheap and fragile. But LEGO saw something others didn't. Plastic allowed incredible precision, consistency, and unlimited creativity. That decision changed the company's future forever. Then, in 1958, LEGO introduced what became its greatest innovation: the modern interlocking brick. Its design looked incredibly simple, yet the engineering behind it was remarkable. Every brick locked together with just enough force to stay connected while remaining easy to separate. Even more impressive, every LEGO brick produced today still connects perfectly with bricks made decades ago. This level of compatibility created something almost no competitor could copy. Every new LEGO set made every previous purchase more valuable. Parents knew their children's collections would never become obsolete. Children could continue building larger and more creative worlds. This simple idea created extraordinary customer loyalty. Throughout the 1960s, 70s, and 80s, LEGO expanded across Europe, North America, and eventually the entire world. The company became synonymous with creativity. Sales grew. Factories expanded. Everything seemed unstoppable. But success can sometimes create overconfidence. By the late 1990s, the world was changing. Children were spending more time playing video games. Sony's PlayStation had transformed home entertainment. Nintendo remained incredibly popular. Personal computers were entering more homes. Executives inside LEGO became increasingly worried that traditional building toys were losing relevance. Instead of focusing on making better bricks, they decided to become much more than a toy company. LEGO launched clothing collections, jewelry, television projects, video games, books, theme parks, educational products, dozens of entirely new product categories. Inside the company, designers were encouraged to create thousands of unique pieces. The number of different LEGO elements exploded. Manufacturing became dramatically more complicated. Warehouses filled with parts that were rarely used. Production costs skyrocketed. Supply chains became inefficient. Inventory management turned into a nightmare. Many products were expensive to design but failed to attract customers. Ironically, the company famous for simple building blocks had created one of the most complicated business operations in the toy industry. Then came 2003. The situation reached its breaking point. LEGO reported enormous financial losses. The company was reportedly losing money every day. Debt increased rapidly. Cash reserves were shrinking. Unsold products continued piling up inside warehouses. Many analysts openly questioned whether Lego would survive. Employees feared for their jobs. The founding family's legacy seemed ready to disappear. For the first time in its history, bankruptcy looked like a realistic possibility. Everything depended on what happened next. In 2004, Lego appointed a new CEO. Jørgen Vig Knudstorp became the first chief executive who was not a member of the founding family. He inherited a company in crisis. Instead of trying another risky expansion strategy, he asked one fundamental question. Why had Lego become successful in the first place? The answer wasn't complicated. The brick. Lego had forgotten its greatest strength. Knudstorp believed the company didn't need more products. It needed more focus. The turnaround began immediately. Unprofitable businesses were shut down. The company sold most of its theme park operations. Hundreds of unnecessary products disappeared. Thousands of unique components were eliminated. Manufacturing processes became simpler. Supply chains became more efficient. Costs fell dramatically. Every decision focused on one objective: build the best construction toys in the world. But reducing costs alone wouldn't save Lego. The company also needed customers to fall in love with the brand again. Instead of guessing what children wanted, Lego began listening carefully to its community. Designers worked closely with passionate fans. Builders shared ideas online. Customer feedback became central to product development. This created stronger loyalty than ever before. Lego also made another brilliant strategic move. Rather than creating every story from scratch, the company partnered with some of the world's biggest entertainment brands. Star Wars, Harry Potter, Marvel, DC, Disney. Suddenly, children could build scenes from their favorite movies. Adults who had grown up with those franchises also became customers. An entirely new market emerged. Adult collectors. These fans weren't buying toys. They were buying detailed display models, engineering challenges, nostalgia, and premium experiences. Some Lego sets sold for hundreds of dollars. Limited editions became collector's items. The average customer was spending far more than before. Lego had successfully transformed itself from a children's toy company into a global entertainment and lifestyle brand. The innovation didn't stop there. Instead of fighting digital entertainment, Lego embraced it. Video games introduced millions of children to the brand. Animated series expanded its audience. Then came the Lego Movie. Many people believed a movie based on plastic bricks would fail. Instead, it became a worldwide hit. The film generated hundreds of millions of dollars and dramatically strengthened Lego's global image. Every successful movie increased toy sales. Every toy inspired new fans. Every fan created more online content. YouTube creators built massive audiences around Lego builds. Social media turned creativity into entertainment. The brand no longer relied only on advertising. Its community became one of its most powerful marketing engines. Today, Lego is one of the world's strongest consumer brands. It generates billions of dollars in annual revenue. Its profit margins are among the highest in the toy industry. Its products are sold in well over 100 countries. And perhaps most importantly, Lego achieved all of this by remembering what had made the company special from the beginning. Not complexity. Not endless expansion. Not chasing every trend. One simple brick. Lego's story teaches one of the most important lessons in business. Growth without focus often creates failure. Innovation only matters when it strengthens your core business. The companies that survive for generations are not the ones that constantly reinvent themselves. They're the ones that understand exactly what makes them valuable, and protect it relentlessly. Lego nearly lost everything because it forgot its identity. It became successful again because it found it. Sometimes the greatest comeback doesn't begin with building something new. Sometimes it begins by returning to the foundation that made you great in the first place. And in Lego's case, that foundation was just one small plastic brick.